Self-driving semi-truck startup Gatik has inked a deal with Georgia Pacific and KBX to bring household essentials to Sam's Club warehouse locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Joining us now to discuss the road ahead is Gatik CEO and co-founder Gautam Narang. Of course, we're joined by Praz Subramanian, our senior auto correspondent. Good to see you again, Gautam. Talk to us about how you're making these trucks drive on public roads when there's other traffic around them.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on. This week we announced a major partnership. This is with Georgia Pacific and KBX Logistics, where our Class 6 autonomous box trucks will be moving Georgia Pacific products from one of their distribution centers to a large network of Sam's Club location, over 30 store locations to be exact. Our approach towards autonomy has always been route specific. So it's a B2B short-haul logistics use case where our Class 6 trucks move items on fixed repeatable routes. And behind all of this, the thesis is, if we focus on these fixed repeatable routes or over-optimize the technology for these routes, we can get to the market faster. We can get to the point where we can safely take the driver out sooner. And this is basically what we did in August of last year when Gatik became the first and the only autonomous trucking company to operate in a commercial capacity without anyone behind the steering wheel.
Hey, Gautam, Praz here. So you guys worked with Walmart initially, I believe in Arkansas, right, at the facility. How did that deal come about? And what did you guys do there exactly to get to where you are now?
So we started commercialization since summer of 2019. The approach has always been differentiated compared to some of the other applications in the AV industry. To my knowledge, there is no other company that is providing this kind of service, which is Class 3 to Class 6 trucks targeting this middle mile segment of the supply chain, which at a high level is between long haul trucking, which is highway only, and B2C deliveries on the customer's doorstep. So the way we look at our partnerships is we provide something that enables high frequency deliveries, high frequency store replenishment for our customers. And this kind of differentiated value proposition is unique. That has allowed us to gather these partnerships, long-term partnerships, not just with Walmart, but with Georgia Pacific, KBX, multiple other retailers, e-commerce companies, CPG, and distributors.
As we hear more from these companies around where they're trying to cut certain costs, some of the operations per mile certainly come into the conversation as well. How much exactly is this going to be able to take some of those operating costs down over time?
Yeah, so long term, the aim is to help save up to 30% in the operating cost. But more than that, it's all about increasing capacity, increasing that high frequency replenishment rate. When we think about our value proposition, yes, cost savings is one of the propositions that we offer long term. In the more near term, future, we are helping address the labor shortage, helping increase this capacity, increase the rate at which the stores are being replenished, and we are doing that in a capital efficient way.
Gautam, it's Julie here. I want to ask about what you're seeing funding-wise, because we are seeing both in the public and private markets a pretty significant pullback in funding, yes, right, in your industry and more broadly in startups. What are you guys seeing out there? Are you seeing any kind of tightening of purse strings among folks who are funding you?
So Gatik has been very well capitalized. Today we have a very strong balance sheet. The company has raised over $115 million US. We have investors that believe in the vision of the company long term. And to differentiate our approach, it's very different from, let's say, what some of the other companies in our space has taken. It's a very capital efficient approach where we focus on iterative route by route go to market versus a 0 to 1 step function where these companies have to solve for the technology to be solved more broadly before they can commercialize. We have been commercializing since the last 3 years, and this capital efficient approach towards autonomy, towards go-to-market is something that is resonating well with the investors. So over the last, I would say, few months and the last couple of years, we have seen strong investor interest. And today, as I mentioned, the company is in a very strong position to execute on the vision for the next few years.
Hey, Gautam. So what's next for the company beyond Dallas and Sam's Club? Is there more plans for growth? And also, how do you address concerns about safety and people concerned about cars without drivers in their neighborhoods?
Yeah, so today Gatik has a 100% safety record. We have been live in 5 different markets. We are expanding our footprint. So this year and next year, it's all about scaling and growth. We're trying to get as many trucks as we can on the road through our partnership with the OEM partners like Isuzu and others. And our technology was validated last year when we took the driver out in a safe manner on one of our commercial routes. This was with Walmart in Arkansas. The plan is to do that at multiple other sites with different customers this year and next. So again, we are the first and the only company that has been able to do that successfully in a commercial capacity.